Okay, it looks like we are live. I apologize for the technical difficulties. It's my first time doing a YouTube stream, but we are now live. So sorry about the lateness here, boys, but we're live now. So how's everybody doing in the chat? Hello, Tornado. Hello, what's going on, everybody? It's good to see you. Okay. Awesome. Everybody saying good. Hello, hello. Glad to see everybody. Thank you all for coming out. So yeah, today we're going to be doing some tier lists. For those of you who saw on Twitter, and obviously, I'm sure a bunch of you saw the notification when I set up the stream. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to do Hitscan. We're going to do Flex DPS. It's going to be great. And first we're going to do Hitscan, I think, because I'm already on the page and everything. So yeah. I'm just going to wait like another couple of seconds, and then we shall get started. Yeah, there's not a lot of Hitscan players. This one's going to be kind of short, but the Flex DPS is going to take a long time. I'll tell you guys right now, there's a lot of Flex DPS players. Okay. Anyway, though, let's get started. Looks like we have a lot of people up in the chat. You guys are blowing up. I love it. Thank you so much for the support. So, yeah, let's begin with AKM. No voice. Am I quiet, guys? Hold on a second. Can you guys hear me clear? Or am I too quiet? Everything's fine? Okay. Oh, I did forget Soman Sue. Damn. Hold on a second. I can fix that. Hold up. I'll add Soman Sue in there. Soman Sue. Okay. Now we submit that. Okay. That's better. All right. Now we can actually start. So starting with AKM, before I got worried about not being able for you guys to hear me. AKM was kind of weird. Oh, great. Now my dog's barking, of course. I'm just having all sorts of technical difficulties today. This is just not my day. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, boy. That's all right. We go on anyway. We push on anyway. Yes, I know Taimu isn't an owl. But this is 2019, which he did play in. Is it really that laggy? Okay, yeah, I'll actually start now. So, AKM. He was extremely inconsistent. I thought early on in the season he started off pretty good. Obviously, most of that time he was just playing Zarya and stuff. And I'm only really talking about, like, DPS hero pools in particular. So, if you just look at, like, his Widowmaker, his McCree, all of that stuff, it was, like, kind of average, right? I think AKM was, like, the definition of average this year. He wasn't amazing, but he was like, okay, so I think AKM's going to be in the C range for me personally. Like, if I was including his Zarya, like, he could maybe make a case for, like, low B at best, but I think he's in the C range. I see a lot of Ds, Cs, yeah. I think that's the general consensus. He was, like, an average DPS player. Where is Hisu? This is just 2019. It's important to keep that in mind. Just look at the stream title. It's 2019 season. Okay. So now we got to do Baby Bay. I'm doing great, Andrew. Thank you. For Baby Bay, he actually kind of impressed me this year. I'm not sure how everybody else feels, but I thought Baby Bay was pretty decent, personally. I thought that his Reaper was pretty solid. I think he had, like, on and off games on that hero. He was a little on the inconsistent side, but when he was on, right? You know? Baby Bay was great. His Widowmaker, I thought was also better than in 2018. I think Baby Bay has really come a long way. Color Hex and KSF are both flex DPS players. But I'm going to say B for Baby Bay. That's kind of funny, but B for Baby Bay. I think he's like a high B to mid B. BQB is Hitscan, but only play projectile. Should he be included? I put BQB as a not projectile, a flex. Color Hex. Wait, where is Surefour? I thought I put Surefour on here. That's a big yikes. I'll add him too. Hold on a sec. This is really scuffed. I apologize. We can add Surefour in. He was here. I know, like, I don't know what happened. Sinatra was a flex, in my opinion. Okay. There we go. Where's Michael? I think Sinatra's flex. I think Decay is also a flex player. Okay. So I said Baby Bay's B tier. Just stream on Twitch. Is that what I should do? Is it really that bad on YouTube? Is it really that terrible? I can't tell. The screen is tearing a lot. Okay. Maybe I should just move it over to maybe I should just move it over to Twitch then. If it's that laggy, I'll just move. I think maybe I should just move it over to Twitch. YouTube is really rough. It's only bad when you scroll. Just stay still. It's fine. Where's Dante? I think Dante's also a flex. Okay, we're just going to keep it how it is then. We'll see how it goes. Decay's a flex. Okay. Everyone's saying it's fine. Alright. Where's Bren? YouTube is terrible for streaming. There's like 2 people having problems. No, it's fine. We good. Aight. We're continuing then. We're continuing. So, we have AKM and Baby Bay so far. And now we're going to talk about Bacon Jack. And for Bacon Jack, I mean, when I think about Bacon Jack, I kind of think of like the same thing as AKM. It's like this average to slightly above average type of Widowmaker / McCree Soldier Tracer player, you know? I think that Bacon Jack early on had his moments, but once Yang Xiao Long kind of came in, he kind of like just got casted aside, and for good reason. I think Yang Xiao Long is a lot better. So I think Bacon Jack's like right around AKM level. You know? Yeah, he's like an average player. He's like a C or a C plus type of player, in my opinion. How about Big Boss Pine? Well, it's kind of hard to put someone on here when they haven't played a single game, you know? That's the thing with Pine. If he actually played, then maybe I'd put him on here. But yeah. SBB is there, yes. He's just in a season 1 thing because I was lazy. So, now we're going to talk about Bird Ring. And Bird Ring's a really weird one. Because I thought, like, towards the latter end of the season, he played really well. But it was only, like, stage 4 and, like, that one playoff game he was a part of before London benched him for guard. So the sample size isn't huge, I feel. But, like, when he was just straight up playing what he was comfortable on, he was okay. And because of that, I think Bird Ring's like a low B. Because I thought towards the end of the year he did well. I thought his McCree in particular looked really good in that playoff game against Shanghai. Again, it's kind of a small sample size, but that's just what I think. I think Bird Ring was like just barely above average, if not an average DPS player. I'm seeing a lot of B's and C's. Don't move people over your screen so much. Okay. Noted. I don't know why this YouTube stream's so scuffed. I really am sorry, guys. Where's Fitz? Fitz, in my opinion, is also a flex. And that's what his Wikipedia page says as well. So that's why he's not on here. Flower's also a flex. As for Corey, though, Corey, in my opinion, was easily top 4 in the league on Hitscan. And it's not even close. He was so good. Like, his Zarya was atrocious, but since we're strictly looking at DPS, he was nasty. He was so good. I thought, like, he didn't really play, like, any McCree or anything, which I thought was weird, but his Widowmaker was, like, second to none. The only person I can really compare him with is, like, Happy, Diem, Saya player, you know? So I think Corey's S tier. Just my personal opinion. I know not everybody loves Corey, but I think this man's a monster. Definitely an S tier player. Like, he just pops off every single time. Like, he's crazy. Can't be S? Why not? We're just talking about DPS. Like, don't think about his Zarya at all. Just think about his DPS. We're not, like, anything these guys played in the GOATS meta doesn't count on here. I'm strictly looking at every DPS hero they played. That's it. I'm seeing a lot of Hureg. Yeah. I'll add him in a second. Danye, I think, is a flex. Corey's the best. Yeah, Corey's, I feel like the opinion for Corey's all over the place. Some people think he's like the best hit scan in the league, but then other people are like, he's kind of overrated. Okay. Yeah, there's also his Hanzo, but I mean, that's kind of more in the projectile thing, but if you just strictly look at Widowmaker, which is like the main thing Hitscans play, he's so good. And now we have to talk about Diem, who I think is basically in the same boat as Corey. Like, he always popped off when he was actually able to play heroes he was comfortable on. His Zarya wasn't anything special, but don't have to worry about that, of course. And yeah, because of that, I think Diem is also an S tier. Diem greater than Corey. I mean, depends on who you're talking to. I personally think Diem's worse than Corey, but it's all a matter of opinion, right? That's what it is. That's what it is at the end of the day. Whereas I'm 37, he didn't really play enough for me to want to include him. Because if you think about it, he played Whittle, like a couple of times, and then he played Brig. I only wanted to put people in that, like, were relevant, that played a significant amount of time. So that's why you don't see someone like Asher or any of those guys. Just didn't play enough. Okay. A lot of people are saying DMA. That's interesting. Are DM stats good? If you look at his Whittle stats, yeah, they're pretty good. He's definitely S on Whittle. But how about my boy Godsby now? Let's get off DM here and talk about Godsby. So Godsby, I thought, like, when 222 Rolock first came out, he was just meh. Wasn't impressing me. I thought he was kind of overhyped. Didn't know why people loved him so much. Then suddenly, more towards the end of Stage 4, he really looked like a promising player. Like, his Reaper was really strong. So for Godsby, I'm going to say he's, like, in the A tier range. Maybe high B. I might go back later and switch that, but for now I'm just going to leave him low A. Where's Neptuno? His Reaper is nuts. That is true. Godsby's a crazy good Reaper player. Okay. Now, we have to talk about guard. And for guard, I kind of think of him as like an average player too. He wasn't the worst thing in the world, but he most certainly could have been a whole lot better. He was known as like a Sombra specialist, and to be fair, his Sombra did look pretty okay, but when he played other heroes, I wasn't all too impressed. So I think that guard is in the C range. Need a Twitch poll for this stuff. D, C, B. Let the group chat vote. I mean, you guys can just tell me your opinions here. Yeah, so the common consensus is that guard is a C tier based off of what you guys are saying, which I agree with completely. Where he is, I mean, it's up to you, but I think he's C tier. Can't wait for soon. Yeah, we'll get to him. But now we're on to our boy Happy, and I'm a big Happy guy. I thought this guy was insane. I thought, like, even during Stage 1 when he played Widowmaker occasionally, you could really see the promise. I thought you could really see what he was capable of, and that's why I was so excited to watch him come Stage 4. I thought that him and Nero could be something special potentially, and I guess that turned out to be pretty true, huh? Like, Happy's one of the... He might even be the best, like, Widow 1v1 player in the league. I think you can make the argument for him in that department. He can play a good McCree as well. Overall, he's just a well-rounded hitscan player who can take on just about anybody on the planet. So I think that Happy is, like, right next to Diem. Like, I'll just put him there for now. Slightly above Diem as an S tier player. Happy is high A. Where is Hotbot? Lol. Happy has mega potential and had good moments, but took a long time to get going. Yeah. Alright. We are missing some people on the picks here. Yeah, I know. I kind of screwed up with the hit scan. I don't know what happened. So, moving on to Linkser. I thought Linkser literally was just an exact repeat of Season 1, if I'm going to be 100% honest. It felt like towards the beginning of the year, he looked good, but then as the season progressed, he kind of looked more and more shaky. I don't know what it is with Linkser. He always does this. There's some moments where I'm like, oh, he could easily be like maybe a top 5 hit scan. But then there's these other times where I'm like, what is wrong with him? Where is the old Linkser? He's a very strange player, I feel. Very inconsistent. I think he's above average, but I can't put him above B, I feel, just because of that inconsistency. So I'll put him like right next to Baby Bay. Maybe I'll put him below Birdring, and it doesn't matter. They're about the same level. S.A.? Do we have some Linkser lovers? Kind of washed. C now? Yeah. Binkser. Also, I apologize for not having a Toronto Logics picture, but I could not find one anywhere on the internet. Like a normal one, like the rest of the pictures there. Couldn't find one to save my life, so I'm sorry about that. I could have photoshopped a Toronto jersey onto him, but kind of forgot about it. But Logix came into the league during what was it? Late stage 3, I believe it was, or whatever, or beginning of stage 4. Don't remember the exact time for some reason, but he comes in and he pops off, does typical Logix things. Looks like he never left the league. His McCree, in my opinion, was arguably the best in the league this year. I thought his Widowmaker was also very powerful. And even though Toronto sucked, he looked like a real bright spot, excuse me. And yeah, I'm going to thank Mr. Logix and say he's a low A tier. I don't think he's quite as good as Godsby, but he's close. I thought Logix was a real monster. I'm seeing a lot of A's and B's for Logix, which I agree. Logix is underrated. His McCree's nutty. I 100% agree. 100%. It was really sad that he left the league to begin with, to be honest. I'm pretty sure the rumor was that he wanted a lot of money and no one was willing to sign him because he wanted a lot of money, which really sucks. I think Logix is like a super hype player. He's very marketable and he's just very talented. So yeah, low A. Thank you, Mr. Logix. As for our boy Munchkin now, I thought Munchkin kind of had a pretty underrated season, if I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think he was carrying Soul Dynasty or anything like that, and he mostly was just playing Brig and Zarya. But when he played Tracer and Widowmaker, he didn't look half bad. I thought he looked pretty decent. I liked Munchkin this year. I was a big Munchkin hater in Season 1. Did not like him at all. But I thought he really turned it around this year. Just joined with my thoughts on Diem. He's a monster. Easily like a top 5 hit scan in my opinion. But for Munchkin, I'm going to say he's in the B range. I'm going to put him below Birdring. You can hate on me all you want. You can whine. You can scream. You can complain. But I thought Munchkin was good. Make a Zephyr tier. Who's top 3 for Flex? We didn't do Flex yet. We're just doing hit scans at the moment. So you did not miss that. Don't you worry. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Munchkin. Dude, he's just bad. I don't think Munchkin was bad this year. I really don't. Nothing but love for him. I don't even know if I'm going to really be using the D tier. I might have to make some adjustments and like just throw someone in D tier anyway. Happy overrated. Time is gone, bro. Yeah, but this is 2019. Remember, this is the 2019 season. Like, I'm not talking about this year. Anyway, though, let's talk about Nene, who's an interesting one. I think some people have really high opinions on Nene. But then other people may think he's like slightly overrated, perfectly rated. Nene's one where I see opinions all over the place. What do you guys think of Nene? I'm curious. A. Nene's Widow was good. I thought his McCree was good as well. See, yeah, this is what I thought. A lot of people seem to have very mixed opinions on him. A, B, C? No, not C. Thought I saw C for a second. S tier Zarya, but D tier DPS. High B, solid A. That's a lot of people in S tier. It's 3 people. Okay. My overall opinion on Nene is that he's a low A. I thought he was pretty solid. He kind of didn't see much playtime when 2-2-2 was a thing. But I remember those moments when NYXL would run DPS comps instead of GOATs, and he'd do pretty solid overall. He wasn't the greatest DPS player I've ever seen in my life, but he was good. Nene's like Godsby level, maybe better. Yeah, I'm going to move Nene above Logix, actually. There we go. That's better. I like that. Could be S tier if Tracer and McCree becomes meta. Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. Nene actually has a super underrated Tracer. Obviously, because Tracer sucks right now, we didn't get to see him play her. But from what I hear, he's like godly on Tracer. Logix is better in your opinion? Yeah, I can see it. Okay. Now we gotta talk about a weird one. Enlier. Enlier, dude. After stage 1, he was kind of irrelevant. Or actually, no, he played a little in stage 2 also. He was very map specific from what I remember. Oh, wait, no, but he did get playtime in stage 4 also. Like, he was in the rotation a tiny bit from what I remember. But it kind of felt like he was a map specialist. I remember him playing a lot of Temple of Anubis. I remember him playing some control, like, what was it? I remember him playing on, like, Nepal, on Sanctum, so he could play double sniper. Enlier was good. I thought that his Widowmaker was nice. Very nice. But that's it, really. He did play Mei, didn't he? Hard S, D, B. 300 people watching? Is that true? Dang. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to add Hurek. Yeah, will do. Enlier, I'm going to put him C tier, though. I'll put him above guard. He's at Bacon Jack AKM level, I feel personally. I don't even know if I should have included this D tier, because I don't think any of these guys I have on here are D tier. I know I said that already, but it's true. Okay, let me quickly add in our boy Hureg before I forget. Because I can do that. Oh, I'm scrolling. I'm sorry, guys. Cover your eyes. I know this is going to look really bad. Let's add in our boy Hureg. Wait, he's not here? Do I not have a picture of Hureg? I don't think I have a picture of Hureg. I don't have a picture of Hureg. Oh no. Yikes. Well, looks like we got to download a picture of Hureg, boys. Is there a picture of him in a Vancouver jersey? Probably. There we go. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want. Nice, Sue. Boom. Hureg is now added. Hureg joins the fight. Ooh, we get to do Saya Player now. I love Saya Player. Stream quality from the last decade. Yeah, maybe YouTube streams really aren't the best idea. I don't know. I did not think the quality was going to be this terrible. I guess that's what I get for trusting YouTube, right? Shadowburn? We're doing Hitscan right now. Saya Player is a monster, though. Let's talk about him, though. I love Saya Player. I love him. I think sometimes people underrate him due to the fact that Florida has always sucked. But whenever I watch Saya play, I'm always just so amazed. Something about his Widow, it's just so nasty. And statistically, he's the best Widowmaker ever when it comes to the Widow 1v1 KD, I think it is, or like his win rate or something against enemy Widows. It's like the highest in the league, like by a long shot. So I think because of that, I have to put Saya Player S tier. I can't just not put him in the S range. I have to. If you're that good at Widow, where like you're statistically the best Widow 1v1 guy, then I have to put you S tier. Like winning, in my opinion, winning the Widow 1v1 is so important. It's so crucial. If you can shut down the other Widow and you can just take over a game, there's no one stopping you. He is Florida's carry. I agree. Oh my god, that really is ugly. I don't know why the stream is so terrible. I'm very sad. Pine did not play this year. That's why Pine's not here. Pine did not play a single game. Alright, my boys. It's time for Sabiobi. I love Sabiobi. One of my all-time favorite Overwatch League players. This is the man right here. Sabiobi's the man. It's kind of sad because obviously Tracer is his best hero and Tracer's just so useless at the moment. But when he played Sombra, he looked good. You know? If that means anything. I thought his Sombra was pretty alright. That's all he really played, though. Like, how much did SBB even play Widow? I'm having a hard time remembering. Like, he played Reaper, and he played Sombra, and he was good at both of them, from what I remember. But, like, what else did he play? He played, like, Brig or whatever, but that doesn't count here. Oh, he played Bastion, that's right. He played Bastion. Yeah. True. So, with all that in mind, I think his high impact on Reaper, even though his Death Blossoms are kind of atrocious at times, plus his Bastion and his Sombra, I think that puts him in A tier. I'm going to put him above Nene. I thought SBB was a total beast in the playoffs. Like, he was a clutch man. He's the captain. He's Captain Clutch. That's what I think of when it comes to Sabiobi. He's Captain Clutch. That's what he is. Bad Reaper. See, I don't think his Reaper was bad. I just think that he had problems with his ult usage. Overall, he made some very clutch plays. See you later, Tornado. Thanks for coming out. SBB leadership, though, yeah. Too bad leadership has nothing to do with skill, so I can't put him... I can't put SBB S. I can't do it. Nene started when GOATS was a thing, but, like, in stage 4, not stage 4, I mean in the playoffs, Sabiobi was the guy. Super clutch Hitscan player. I'm 37, I just don't think he played enough. That's why I'm 37 did not make the cut. He played Widow a couple times, sure. But I'd say 95% of the time he was playing Brigitte or Zarya. And did he even play after Stage 2? Like, I don't remember how much he played after Stage 2 when they initially acquired him. Okay. Now we got to talk about Shax. I'm going to try my best to not be biased here because I am a Valiant fan and all. But Shax was a pretty good player, I feel. Kind of underrated. He flew under the radar because most people just saw him play Sombra. It's just whatever. Yeah, Sombra goats. Super powerful stuff. But I liked the way he played. I liked his style. I liked his Widow and McCree a ton. Widow, McCree, Sombra, he was pretty strong with. Like, I thought his Widow was actually surprisingly good. I didn't know much about Shax before I watched him in Overwatch League. I know a bunch of people were telling me he was insane, but never did I think he was going to be like just going toe-to-toe with just about anybody with his Widow. It was really strong. He is a consistent player. Yes, Shax is very good. Definitely above average. I'm going to put him in the B range. I'm going to put Shax above Birdring, but maybe slightly below Linkser. But then again, Shax was more consistent than Linkser. I might put Shax above Linkser, actually. I am going to do it. I'm putting him above Linkser. I won't put him any higher than that, though. I think that's a pretty fair placement for Shax. I think overall he's a B tier player. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say A. One of the brighter spots of Valiant. I agree. World Cup Shax was scary. Absolutely. Shax was more consistent than Logic's. I actually disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. You could be right, but that's just what I personally think. I forget who it was earlier, but now we're talking about Soon. My boy. Love Soon. Always has been a very great player. Zarya was atrocious, but thankfully, that's not of our concern here since we're only talking about his DPS hero pool strictly. And honestly, Soon's Widowmaker just continues to get better and better every time I watch it. I'm not the only person who feels that way, right? Like, from the beginning of his Overwatch League career until now, I feel like his Widow just keeps progressively getting better. Like, with each and every passing day. This guy grinds Widowmaker so much, you can really tell. Like, even though Paris was, like, a mediocre team, even in Stage 4, you could feel his impact on that Widowmaker. I thought his Reaper was okay, but I loved his Widow so much. So I'm going to put him in the A range. I think Soon's an easy A for me. And I think I'll put him right below Nene, but above Logic's. You should put Dante in. I consider Dante to be a flex, personally, because he plays Pharah, he plays Genji, he plays a lot of projectile stuff as well, so that's why Dante's not here. Oh yeah, and his Tracer is disgusting. Let's not forget about that. That's what Soon made a name for himself on, after all. Easily a better Widow than SBB. Yeah, I think this year he was a better Widow than SBB, but you also have to include all the other heroes. And I think that overall, Sabiobi looked better on more heroes than Soon. Better than Godsby, much more consistent. He dominated Netherlands and Junkertown. Yeah, he's a god. I think Danye's a flex DPS, personally. That's why you don't see him. Sunan Anubis was insane. If you're talking about that play in the Spark, oh yeah, that was disgusting. He's nuts. I might make adjustments later on, though. Maybe we can make some adjustments later. Why Fitz and KSF on flex? Because that's what they are. They're flex DPS players. If you look at Wikipedia, it says they're flex DPS players. But let's talk about Stitch, who I think Vancouver personally should have utilized more. The moment that the Titans just started using Sombra on their comps, Stitch was taking over. When they finally started using him in games, you could feel his impact. By the way, Danye is a flex DPS. Just look at his Wikipedia. He plays like Genji and stuff. He plays some projectile. Will you place anyone in D tier? Possibly. So Stitch, he played, I think he played a little Widow. I remember more than anything him playing Sombra and just looking really good on her. I don't think he played quite enough for my liking to like rate him extremely highly. But from the small amount I did get to see Stitch, I think that he deserves an A tier. I'll put him above Logix. I thought Stitch was really good. His McCree and Sombra were solid. Yes, agreed. I could put him below Logix, actually. I don't know. I'll just leave it like that for now. High B, low A, yeah. That's fair for Stitch. His Widow is good, but he didn't play it that much. Do you think Paris should have held on to either Danye or Finzi? Not really, if I'm going to be honest. Ooh, now we get to talk about a fun one. Get to talk about my boy Striker. One of my favorite players in the Overwatch League. Hey, ATP, just joined the stream. Hello, Shadow. Good to see you. S for Striker? Do I think Striker's S tier? I don't know. Is he as good as Corey, Happy, Diom, and Saya player, in my opinion? I don't know. He might be. Do I want to put him S tier? Do I not want to put him S tier? I'm going to put him S tier. I'll put him above Saya. There. Bam. Like, I don't think Striker's Widow is quite as good as the other guys on the S tier range. However, when it comes to the other heroes in his hero pool, he's just as good, if not better. Tracer, arguably number 1 in the world. Reaper, arguably number 1 in the Overwatch League. I think it's up for debate, but I think you have to consider him to the conversation. And yeah, that's all he really played, though, for the most part. Was like Widow, Tracer. Did he play McCree? Maybe. Sombra, maybe. Hanzo. Don't remember exactly what he played. But when it came to his Reaper and Tracer, it was fantastic. Delete D tier because it's useless. I could make changes and put people in D tier later down the line, to be honest. I could move down a couple of people. Let's see, though. His Widow's definitely not S tier. I think that's up for debate, to be honest. I thought Striker's Widow was pretty good. 36% crit accuracy on Widow. Yeah, he is cracked. I agree, Alex. Who's that charge guy in S tier? It's Happy. Do you not know who Happy is? Or is that a joke? Anyway, though, let's talk about Mr. Good Aim. Rip Mr. Good Aim Taimu, no longer in the Overwatch League. It was his choice in the end because he knew he wasn't going to play on the field anyway. Good on him. I think this is a good place for him to restart. But when he played, he was pretty, meh. Like, those first few games when Dallas started using him again, it's like, oh, Taimu's back. His Sombra's so good. And it's like, not really. He's inconsistent. Then as stage 4 goes along, it's just more inconsistency. Sometimes he'll do well. Sometimes he'll suck. And because of that, he's right with AKM. To be honest. Why does Wikipedia say that Color Heck is a hit scan? He plays Projectile. I know he played Widow and McCree, but he played Genji and Pharah. Yeah, Taimu's absurdly inconsistent, though. He's basically just, AKM, well, I can't say AKM 2.0 because Taimu was, more known before AKM, I feel. But with how inconsistent he is, can I really put him that high? Ooh. Bacon Jack was even more consistent than Taimu, to be honest. I'm going to put Taimu here. Like, I love Taimu so much, but what did he do this year when he played? He just didn't do anything. He was kind of just there. Okay. I think that's a fair placement for Taimu. He's like the definition of average. Now we get to talk about Yang Xiaolong. Yang Xiaolong got a good amount of hype when he started playing. In my opinion, at least. Bacon Jack's a Hitscan. He is nowhere near a flex DPS. Yang Xiaolong, though, I thought he had a lot of pop-off moments, and, like, he quietly did. Stellar didn't play any DPS, that's why Stellar's not there. He played Brigitte, and then, like, he played... What? He played some Tracer occasionally, and, like, a couple of other heroes, and what was it, May, Reaper, whatever it was, in Stage 4. I don't think Stellar played enough DPS for me to include him, to be honest. But for Yang Xiaolong, I'm going to say he's like above Linkser, right around Shaq's Baby Bay level. I think that is pretty fair for Yang Xiaolong. His Widow was pretty nuts. Same with his McCree. I actually was a big fan of Yang Xiaolong. Obviously, there's some pretty crazy chads on that team like Among and Jinmu, so sometimes he doesn't get as much attention as he should. But when you really look at how he plays, he was a good player in 2019. What do I think of the Shock picking up ANS? Probably just going to be like a Widow specialist if I had to take a guess. Not giving Linkser enough credit, weird champ. Linkser's really inconsistent. I don't think Linkser is better than Yang Xiaolong. I thought Linkser was absurdly inconsistent this year. Carpe Easy S. 2018 Carpe's an S, but 2019 Carpe is more of an A. Carpe was all over the place this season. Like, one game I'd be like, oh, old Carpe's back, he looks so nasty. And then the next day, he'd get rolled by Diem. You know, like, I mean, there's no shame in that because Diem's really good, but peak Carpe would be able to handle Diem, in my opinion. Like, he'd be able to hold his own. Because of that inconsistency, I think Carpe's in the A range. I still think Carpe's a really good player. I thought he made plays this year. But, like, not as good as old Carpe. So I'm going to put him slightly above Soon. Mid-A tier player. There's no shame in that. Like, it's funny that we say, oh, Carpe wasn't that good this year. And yet he's still, like, upper half in terms of, like, the Hitscan players in the Overwatch League. Who's more inconsistent, Linkser or Carpe? Easily Linkser, in my opinion. Carpe underperformed this season compared to what people think. I don't know. I thought the common consensus was that Carpe wasn't that good this year. Still an A-tier player, though, in my opinion. He had his moments. He did shine at times. Just not as much as he used to. This list looks really good so far. Glad you kind of agree with it. I know everyone has their own opinions, but I'm glad at least I'm not the only person who has a similar list to this. Logic's greater than Carpe? I don't know about that. This list is based on OWL 2019. Yes. That is true. But let's move on to our next player, shall we? Let's talk about Solmin Su. And I know a lot of people are saying easy S, but take away Zarya, and what do you think of Solmin Su? That's what I'm going to ask you guys. What do you think of Solmin Su when he's not playing Zarya? I seriously want to know why you think Sai is S tier. Because he's arguably the best Widowmaker duelist in the league, and I find being able to win Widow duels very important. I think it's crucial. Like, Saya player, statistically, is the best Widow duelist we've ever seen in the Overwatch League, by a long shot. It doesn't matter if he's a 2-trick, he's a god. Someone who was god at Zarya and Reaper, but god as McCree was awful. Yeah, I think Salman Su was, like, all-time overrated when he did not play Zarya or Reaper. Like, take away those two heroes and he is nothing. And since we're only talking about DPS heroes in this little live stream here, it's basically just his Reaper that's keeping him from being like a C tier player. I think his McCree and his Sombra were just so mediocre. His Widow was okay. Did he even play Widow? I think he played a little Widow, right? Some Tracer. But I'm going to say Salman Su is high B. Or no, low A. Low A. Yeah, I'll put him below Logix, and here's why. I think Logix has the better hero pool. I think Salman Su was like, he was in more big game situations. He had more opportunities to make big plays. But I just think his hero pool doesn't compare to Logix. Oh yeah, Salman Su did play Bastion too, that's right, but Logix is the better McCree. In my opinion, Logix is the better Widowmaker. I think Salman Su is the better... Reaper. And then I guess the better Bastion. Logix didn't play Bastion. I just didn't really like Salman Su though this year. I don't know. I just think he's so overrated. The meta was perfect for him. Zarya 1-trick, who's a Reaper player. I don't see Mendo in the S tier, and I'm thoroughly upset. Yes, I'm sorry for not including Mendo. Surefour, though. I've always had high regards for this guy. I thought in 2018... his Widow just kept getting better and better and better. Then this year, kind of just got taken out of it because Zarya wasn't as good as Decays. Then he finally comes back in and he pops off. His Reaper, I think, is probably top 5 in 2019. His Widow still as good as ever. His McCree still as good as ever. I've always compared Surefour to basically Soon. Like, I think they're so similar to each other. Like, when I think of Soon, I just, for some reason, Surefour is like the first player that comes to mind when it comes to like who I'd compare him to. Who does he remind me the most of? So, with that said, Surefour's going right next to Soon. Boom. I thought that he played like a lot of like non-Hitscan this year. He, like, other than Reaper, he played a whole bunch of Hanzo, which is projectile. Better than Logix, no question, yeah. Soon as the edge for DPS. I think it's highly up for debate. Like, I can't even say Surefour's above Soon. It's more that they're even. Where's Effect? This is 2019, and Effect only played Zarya. But Surefour can't play Tracer? Yeah, that is true. But no one really played Tracer in Overwatch League 2019, at least not that much. Not even Soon played all that much Tracer, you know? And I think it evens out because Surefour's Reaper's better. They're super close to each other. Like, don't think that Surefour is better than Soon. Like, it's just, think of them more as even. They're on the same level. How was Carpe better? I still think Carpe was good. Like I said, though, I'm probably going to make some edits at the end here. Where's Gesture? Why do people keep saying, where's Gesture? Stop with the memes. Where is Bren? Hureg C? Yikes. Hureg was relevant for, like, what? a stage. So the sample size to go off of is small, but when he played, he did pop off. Until Corey came along, that is. I felt like after that Justice game, Hureg's confidence just, like, got ruined. Like, he's like, I'm the best DPS player in the world. And then Corey's like, step aside, buddy. I have something to say about that. And that was the end of Hureg's run. But when he was popping off before that Justice game, woof, he was dangerous. I was like, who is this guy? Where did Hureg go? Who is this guy? His Widowmaker might have even been the best in the world during that time. Reaper was good. Everything looked good. His Hanzo was nice, even though it's not Hitscan. Hureg was watching him was a work of art before he played Corey. Relevant for 3 maps. To be quite honest, I want to rate Hureg high, but he just didn't play all that much. Hureg's a tough one. I'm going to put Hureg high B. I'm going to put him above Shax. No, not Baby May. Shax. Yeah. Hureg overall was a B tier player. He was like an S tier player for like a couple of games, if that means anything. I don't see Bumper here. You can't just put him before Stitch. Where's Michael, the number 2 Widow? Ah, yes, of course. How could I forget? How could I forget about Michael? Okay, let's make some adjustments. We need to put people in D tier, even though I really don't want to. We got to put some people in D. So, Guard, you're going in D. Enlayer, you're going in D. I don't want to put people in D tier because I think all these people deserve better, but it just looks weird not having anybody in D. Where is Zephyr? Zephyr's S tier in our hearts, and that's all that matters. Bumper is clearly a flex. Yeah, if anything, he's a flex. Bumper's a god. Why does it matter if his team was bottom 5? That doesn't mean anything. You just have to look at his performance. Don't look at the team. I think looking at the team is just a mistake. Look at how Corey did by himself and tell me he didn't pop off. Hureg is S tier simply based off of his effect. Because he's a good luck charm. Where's Raucus? Enlayer and D, are you crazy? I'm only doing it to fill out the list. I think Enlayer is better, but I don't want to have anyone, I don't want to have an empty tier. I just think that looks dumb. No, it took 3 minutes to build Death Blossom. And when he ulted, he got booped off the map. But where's Frogger? Frogger, of course. Striker is more top A rather than S. Well, that's just your opinion. In my opinion, he's S tier. Where's Kareev? Kareev played Zarya. He didn't play DPS. Striker's not S. That's my opinion. You can disagree with me if you want, but I think Striker's S. I don't know what you want me to do about it. That's my opinion. Where's the best hit scan? Phozix. Oh, geez. We're just memeing so much right now. Do I want to make any other adjustments, though? I think I'm going to put Carpe below Soon and Surefour. And I think that's how I'm going to keep it. Looking at it, I think this is how I want it. S tier is Corey, Happy, Diem, Striker, Psy Player. A tier, Godspeed, Sabiobi, Nene, Surefour, Soon, Carpe, Stitch, Logic, Summon Su, Beast, Baby Bay, Stitch, Shax, Ying Zhao Long, Linkser, Bird Ring, Munchkin. C tier is AKM, Bacon Jack, Timeuth, and D tier, but actually C tier, is Enlayer and Guard. And that's the list. That's my hit scan tier list. Where's Emong? Boys, where's XQC? Gray S tier. Red Shell. Where are these memes? All right, everyone keeps saying, where's Dante? Where's KSF? Where's Sinatra? Well, here they are, because they're flex DPS. Forgot about Gesture. Here's your answer to why Dante and Sinatra and KSF aren't here, because they're flex DPS players. I know they may seem like Hitscan players to you, but they're flex. That's what they are. I hate to break it to you, but they're flex DPS players. Where is Chipsa? XQC is S for Schnoz. Enlayer retired. Yeah, but you have to remember this is 2019. This is the 2019 season. Please look at the title. Please. All you have to do is look at the title and you'll understand why people are there or why they're not there. Sheesh. Let's talk about flex DPS players now. There's a whole bunch we have to talk about, as you can see. There's a ton of flex DPS players. Where is Fresh Nuts? Kai. 8 DP to join Valiant as main tank? Yep, of course. Is Bumper here? Why does everyone keep spamming Bumper? You guys are crazy. ATP, you plan on joining the Valiant to replace Gig? I'm not a main tank player. It's funny. Everyone was the weak link on the Justice for the first 3 stages, lol. True. But with memes aside, with anyone's opinions aside, we're talking about flex DPS players now. And Otto was up first. And Otto's kind of like irrelevant, I feel. He was really, really, really disappointing. He was like the one bright spot on Shanghai, and I was kind of excited that he was joining the Justice. I was really excited. I was like, oh, Otto might be pretty good now that he has like better players on his team. But then he kind of was just meh. When he played like Pharah or whatever it was, he wasn't that good. Just everything that Otto did was so unimpressive and disappointing. And because of that, I'm going to say Otto's a D tier. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I thought Otto was just really bad this year. I think he's a high D player. I did not like what I saw at all. And by the time Stage 4 came along, he was playing as the starting bench player. He was super good on Pharah. I don't even think he was super good on Pharah. I thought that he just wasn't good. I don't know why. Otto just really played below my expectations. Okay, I see other people saying D tier, so I'm not the only person who thinks he wasn't good at least. Huge D. He needs to be on a bad team to be good. Honestly, yeah. So that's my overall opinion on Otto. He basically just played Pharah and then Brig, but Brig doesn't really count here. Fate played May. You guys are getting so specific. Benched by sunglasses. I love it. That's hilarious. Otto is no longer on the team. Yeah, it's sad. I love Otto. He's just not a good player. But Adora. Let's talk about Adora. Or is this Bozzy? I can't tell. Oh no. Am I crazy? Sometimes I can't match faces with each other. I don't know why. Help me out here, chat. Is this Otto or not Otto? Is this who I think it is, or am I dumb? Is this Adora or is this Bozzy? Why am I not remembering? That is Adora. Okay. Thank you. For some reason I couldn't like match his face. Anyway, though. Adora was pretty good. Oh wait, this is an alphabetical order. That's when you slap yourself in the face. Just ignore me, chat. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Don't start, please. I had technical difficulties to start the stream. It was really stressful. My mind's just everywhere right now. I'm so sorry. Justice for Bumper. Lol. So Adora, though, I thought he was a very, very underrated player. I liked him. Like, I didn't know much about the Spark players other than, like, Gushway and Crystal coming into 2019. But Adora quickly caught my attention. He looked good when he played Projectile. What did he play, like Tracer 2 or something? It's unfortunate because he kind of, like, got benched during the playoffs for Bozzy, because Bozzy was just simply a better Doomfist player. But Adora's like a B-tier player. His Brig was like really good, but his DPS doesn't quite compare, but still a solid player. Oh, did I put Sasin in instead of Bozzy? I did. Wow. That's so weird. Bruh, what's with all these Bumper things? I'm not putting Bumper on here. He's a main tank player. Cry about it. Otto was benched by a man who climbed into a cardboard box and tipped backwards into a swimming pool. Oh, that's good. It's true, though. It is true. That did happen. No, that's Crystal? Oh. Hang on. I'm going to put Bozzy in. Do I have a picture of Bozzy? I don't think I do. I want to say I don't have a picture of Bozzy, but I'm going to check. Let's see. Bozzy. No, I don't. Okay. Let's add Bozzy into there, because I don't want to not have him. He deserves to be in here. Super Sphera is good, no joke. There's Bozzy. That's who we're looking for. I don't know what it is with the Spark DPS players in particular, but I can't seem to, like, match faces with names with them. I'm very bad with that. Bozzy is actually a Hitscan that can play Doomfist. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't put Bozzy in here then. Maybe I shouldn't even bother. Is it worth putting Bozzy in here? Probably not, right? If anything, I should put him in the hit scan, I guess. The real Kenzo. Now that's a name. What do you think, though, chat? Should I put Bozzy in the hit scan instead? I probably should, right? Right? Yeah. You know what? Screw it. We're just gonna keep it how it is. But he really didn't even play that much Widow, though. That's the thing. Maybe I shouldn't even bother just talking about Bozzy, period. Like, he played Doomfist. if you'd be on here for, like, a Doomfist tier list. Gushway beat Bozzy on Widow. Justice for Stylosa. Let's not bother with that, then. Samito. Fury. Check your Twitter? Okay. Thor, my mod Thor, my Discord mod Thor wants me to check Twitter. And he's just going to say that bumper is the... Oh, wait, no, that's... Never mind. Did not send me a DM. Thor, I swear to God, I'm going to block you if you don't stop. Y'all are ridiculous. Where's Arg? Zachary flex player. Yeah, I know it's silly that they made him a flex. Can't deny that. But let's talk about agilities. And I'll try my best to not be biased here because I love agilities. He's my all-time favorite player, yada, yada, yada. But when I realistically think about it, his Mei was very, like, subpar. It hurts me to say it because I love the guy, but his Mei wasn't anything great. His Hanzo was, like, average at best. Good Pharah player, but, like, I don't think that's enough to, like, put him very high on the list. I think agilities is a high C. Like, there definitely were players that were worse than him. But, you know, wasn't anything special this year. Why is a bus driver here? Weird champ. Agilities A/B. See, I love agilities, but not even I could agree with that. Some people think B, huh? I thought agilities was just inconsistent. And, like, the heroes he played just... Like the heroes that he needed to be good at, he wasn't good at. Other than Pharah. Like, Mei was meta, and he wasn't good at Mei. That's just my personal opinion on it. Very underrating agilities? You guys think so? You think I'm being too hard on him? I just thought he was very inconsistent and not good at, like, the meta. C, he wasn't good this year. Low B. D? Nah. Definitely not D. B, C. I'm going to say he's a C+ player. Too inconsistent for B tier, in my opinion. Now, that's kind of how I feel. You forgot Kariv for Hitscan DPS. That's a troll if I've ever heard one. Let's talk about Architect, though. Let's get past agilities, because it hurts my soul to rate him this low. Agilities. So, Architect. He kind of just didn't get to play for a long time because of Rascal, but when he, like, finally started to get playtime again, he popped off, and that's no surprise. He's Architect. He's been good ever since he joined the league. Like, in my opinion, one of the better Junkrat players. He was one of the better Bastion players. He was a good Reaper when he played that. Nasty Pharah. Really good Hanzo, like, stupid good at Hanzo. Widow was as good as ever, too. I think when you just consider the flexibility and, like, the clutch factor, I think Architect is an S tier. He was so good this year. I love Architect. Definitely one of my favorite players. Very strong. I played Kariv's Riddle once. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced. Have you actually? That's awesome. Kariv's Widow is nasty. Why does everyone keep memeing about Dream Casper? Dream Casper is not in the league anymore. He hasn't been for a while. Please stop. I can see it. Where is Sugar Free? We'll see him in, what is he right now? 15, 16, whatever it is. We'll see him in like 3 years. Oh boy, now we have to talk about Arhan. Oh, Arhan. He's 14? Oh my god. No, he's not 14. How old is Sugar Free? Creed was so good, he had to swap off Lucio. Mistakes. Good old mistakes. He's 15? Okay. That's what I thought he was. This list is incomplete without Bren. Arhan. Obviously, Arhan's like the best player ever, you know? Arhan's the greatest player ever. Do you remember his Torban Busan against the Vancouver Titans, guys? Arhan's the greatest player ever. Don't disrespect him ever. Arhan's the best. Put Arhan in the tier above us. Just call it Arhan. Yeah. Arhan's a D tier, though. We're just going to put him there. We're just going to move on. There's not much to say. Like, actually, his Tracer is pretty good, though. That, like, one time he played it. Arhan didn't really play enough to get a good sample size, but from what I did see, it was, like, very mediocre. So Arhan's a D tier. This list is incomplete without Chef Heidi. Chef Heidi's actually so awesome. Where's Puckett? Dude, Puckett's Doomfist, man. Main tank should be in the... Mangachu should be in the main tank tier list. Arhan is washed. It's sad. If this was like... If Overwatch League started like 2016, like early 2017, Arhan would have been a good player. It's a shame. He competed for South Korea in 2016. Yeah, exactly. That's when he was good, in his prime. AKM Blade. Where's Gamsu's dog, Uni? Where's Doa? You guys are really in a trolly mood today, huh? Y'all are being real silly. Are you putting Pine in Hitscan? No. Didn't play a single map. This list is incomplete without Mikey A. Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Who's next, though? We got Blase. Blase. Not Blase. Blase. It's like with a Z or whatever. It's got like an accent. I always mispronounce his name. Blase. I thought he showed a lot of flashes on Boston. But he also did some things I didn't like. I thought his Doomfist was pretty nice. Looked alright on Tracer and Pharah as well. But like he kind of suffers like the same fate as Agilities where he's kind of inconsistent. You know? So I'm going to say Blase is like a B- player. Chip Zion. You guys are really digging out the old names. Not going to lie, I watch your vids every day. Thank you. Shadowburn and Stratus, easy, high S. No Baby Bay. This is Flex DPS. Baby Bay's a hit scan. Blase. Godlike Diva. Oh my god, don't remind me of that. Please don't remind me of that atrocity. Doom, Tracer, and Pharah all pretty good. Yeah, that's how I feel. Be careful with BQB. Mangachu sitting there a solid foot taller than everyone else in those photos, looking more swole too. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you can't find a single, like, standard photo of him in a Toronto jersey, you know? Where's Hagopun? BQBS. Yeah, of course, totally. F in the chat for RCK. BQB was like, he got better as the year went along. Like when Florida got good, he got good. His May was okay. Like there was like a couple times where he threw on that hero. His Sombra was like overhyped coming into the season. Ended up not being that good. I'm going to put him like low C. His Hanzo was pretty nice too. But you played nice for one stage. And even in some of those games, he wasn't that great. If Fleta is below S tier, I'm murdering myself live tonight. Yikes. I think BQB just barely does enough to make it out of D tier. Yeah, he's a C-. That's how I feel. He's the best at map death. Color Hex now. I know like it says he's like a hit scan player or whatever, but that's a load of baloney. Color Hex is like an absolute flex DPS player. He does everything. I don't know why his Wikipedia page would say he's a hit scan, you know? He can play Widow. He can play McCree. He can play Genji. He can play Tracer. He can play Pharah. He's got a, like, Color Hex is a very versatile player, but he's also a very average player. You know? That's my opinion on Color Hex. Good potential, good hero pool, but in 2019, he was just average. So I'm going to say Color Hex is high C. Or wait, should I really put Color Hex below Blase, though? I don't really feel right doing that. No. I'll put Color Hex here, then. I don't feel right having him not next to Blase, because I share such a similar opinion between those two. They were both really average, but they showed promise. Average Andy. Where's Grim Reality? That's a name I haven't heard in forever. Where's ATP Overwatch? That's a good question. I'm the best flex DPS on here. Like, Architect has nothing on me. Have you seen my Junkrat? I feed harder than any other Junkrat on the planet. Color Hex greater than Blase. Yeah, that's why I switched it. I couldn't put Color Hex below Blase. That sounds weird. I could put Blase lower. Should I do that? Maybe I should put them down a little. Let's try this for now. I'm doing this for now. 346 viewers. Congrats, ATP. Thank you, Genesis Asuna. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Apologies. But yeah, that's really cool. Thank you all for coming out again. Can't believe I caught your stream. Thanks for coming out, Joshua. Remember when Zephyr clowned on Jake's Pharah? Yeah, how could you forget that? Zephyr's a beast. ATP is an S plus AKS Grimgod, slightly below Zephyr. Agility's better than both? I'll think about it after. Let's get through the list first. So Defran. Contrary to popular belief, he's a flex DPS player. Like, I probably shouldn't have included Defran because he played Trace. Like, he only played like Tracer a couple times or whatever, you know. He mostly just played Zarya, but for the memes, I thought I should include Defran just because I know everybody loves him. He did play Hanzo as well. I thought his Hanzo and his Tracer looked pretty good, like the few times that we saw it. Defran God mode. I can't put Defran S, though. No, I can't say he's that good. I did like what I saw, though. He did show that insane mechanical skill that he had way back during the, what's it called? Selfless days. I liked Defran a lot, though. Didn't show enough, just because, like, he retired after one stage. So, I'm going to say high B. I apologize. I know that Defran's the best. Actually, I'll put him low A. Screw it. He has his Torb also. Defran's not an S tier player. I'm sorry. I love him. I love Defran. I'm a huge Defran fan, but I can't put him any higher than S. Second best Torball because he lost the Hammer 1v1 to Mangachu. Yeah, I suppose. You're not a big enough chat if you can't win the Torb Hammer 1v1, am I right? But when we're talking about Defran's Torb, because I somehow almost forgot about that, I've mentioned it before, but I think his impact on that hero was like way higher than it probably should have been. He was really good. He like basically owned Ilios well when he played that hero. And like even against Goats, he still managed to pop off on Torb, which is really awesome. Gotta love Defran. So A tier. Would put him S, like, if he played more probably. I just can't do it though. Defran is the Alex Caruso of Owl. Well, not everyone's into sports, so they're not going to get that reference, but I understand what you mean. S tier or we're leaving. You can go ahead and leave if you want. I'm going to keep streaming, though. Riot. Justice for Sideshow. Torber's the most useless player in the game, and he made him useful. Exactly. That's what makes Defran so awesome. Right. So let's talk about Dante now. With the help of Twitch Prime, he really did manage to pop off. That's true. I loved what Dante did, though, when we talk about him. His Sombra, in my opinion, was the best in the league. I've mentioned it many times before here on the channel. But I thought his Sombra just, like, made the Houston Outlaws relevant during that one stage. They were good. And overall, Dante was just the hard carry. Whether it was on, like, Hanzo, Sombra, Pharah, didn't really matter. You could really feel the impact of Dante as a player. His Mei was good as well. I love Dante. He was the best player on Houston by far. I know some people think Dante's overrated, but I think he's like a low A player. Whereas Guard's a Hitscan. Dante's my favorite player besides Zephyr. Understandable. Dante is the S plus diva, though. Above Defran? Maybe. I'll think about it later. Dante impact on Sombra was insane. Ilio Sombra was insane. Yes, I agree. Why isn't Corey here? He may be a hits game, but he flexed off hits game most of the time. What do he play other than Zarya, though? I'm not counting tank heroes. All he did was play Tracer, Widow. Like, he played Hanzo, yeah. But he's mostly a hits game player. Where's RCK? I mean, he played Sombra and Diva. Is that Bazi or Adora? It's Adora. Dante S for real. Mendo. Guard isn't really hit scan. He kind of is, though. He played Sombra, and he played Widowmaker when he played DPS. Corey played Hanzo and Widow. Yeah. But yeah. Maybe you could say Dante's better than Defran, but I don't want to start a riot, so we'll just keep it like that for now, I suppose. Let's talk about Danye now. I know he kind of played a bunch of hit scan, but he is a projectile. I remember him playing Genji or whatever too. Danye played a tiny bit of both roles. Danye S tier, please. Not happening. He's not going S tier. It's not happening. Tiny bits of Widow, yeah. Danye was a really average player. I'm putting him here. That is not Danye. What the heck? That is Jinmu. Get off Jinmu. Danye, in my opinion, was very, very average. He is an easy C. I agree. Definition of average as a player. And he didn't play all that much like when DPS was relevant, you know? It was mostly just Soon and Shadowburn. Where's Effect? Didn't play DPS this year. Sinatra Hitscan or Flex seems like more of a hitscan to me because of Zarya, but Zarya is not relevant here, first off. And second off, Sinatra actually is kind of a flex in my opinion because he played Mei, he played Doomfist, played a lot of different things. Played Genji. Jinmu is lonely. Let's talk about Jinmu. Now it's not in alphabetical order anymore. Jinmu is S no cap. I'm going to say Jinmu's high A. I'll put him above Defran. Jinmu was a monster, though. I'll give all of you that. One of the best Pharahs in the league, without a doubt. One of the best Hanzos in the league, without a doubt. Really good Genji, too. But Jinmu kind of suffered from inconsistency at times, which makes me not want to put him S tier. You have to be super consistent to make S tier, I feel. And Jinmu doesn't quite hit that mark for me. He had his games where he disappeared sometimes. Dante not above the man who played for one stage. Fine. Does that make you happier? Really doesn't make that much of a difference, but whatever. High A, yeah. Exactly. Yada Chads deserve S tier. Where's my boy Carpe? Carpe's a hit scan. Nero's the most slept-on DPS player in the league. Hey, Kevin Guzman, thank you for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Or is it? No, it's a super sticker. My bad. Thank you, though. Thank you for the super sticker. Wow. That's awesome. That's my first YouTube donation. Woohoo. Ding should be S. All right, let's get back on track though. Let's talk about Ding. Ding was very good until stage 4. I thought his Sombra was like top 2 in the Overwatch League. I personally think Dante's was like a tiny bit better, but Ding's right there with him if we're going to be honest. His Pharah, also in my opinion, was the best in the league. He was really good at projectile heroes in Sombra. The problem was his Mei. Keep it going. Oh, Parker! Oh my god, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. That really does mean a lot, like seriously. That's so cool of you to do that. Just made my day. Thank you. Stage 4 is fake news. That's hilarious. Asking would be an owl. No, Shadowburn is better fair. I disagree with that personally. But Ding, I'm going to put him high A. I think overall, he was a really good flex player. I just think stage 4 is like what makes him kind of fall apart. Ding isn't flexible. I mean, he can play what he needs to. Other than Mei. Like, he can play everything else just fine. I just think his big problem's the Mei. So because of that, I think he's a solid A. Chipsa. It ain't much. Oh my goodness. That's 2 more super chats. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you Andrew D55 and PX3U2 for the super chat. That is very nice of you. Damn. This list feels incomplete without nepotism. Guys, what was I thinking? I didn't put Jane on here. I forgot to put Jane on here, the inventor of esports. How silly of me. But let's talk about Decay now. Everyone's problem is Mei. Except for like Rascal and Erster and stuff, but that's besides the point. Super chat. Decay. If you listen to one of my more previous videos, you know I thought Decay was kind of on the disappointing side this year. However, he still was a good player. You know? I thought Decay was good, but not great. A lot of people were flexing at the beginning of the year saying, oh, Decay's definitely going to be like a superstar in the league. But I just didn't see it with him. I really wasn't that impressed. He did have his moments. Like, I thought his Genji was really good. His Widow looked nice as well, but not as impressive as I thought he could have been. So I'm gonna say he's like high B. 300k wasted. Yeah, pretty much, right? They played him. He wasn't even that good. Then they traded him away. Oh, seems like a lot of you think he's B tier as well. I'm glad to think I'm not the only one. Where's the bumper Hanzo? I don't know, EM Burst. I just, I guess I forgot. Disappointing, but not bad, Andy. Exactly. That literally is Decay in a nutshell. Disappointing, but not bad, Andy. I should start calling him that from now on, honestly. I'm going to make that a trend. Jane invented esports. High D. You said DeFrank couldn't be S because he only played one stage. Architect only played one stage. He also played in the playoffs. You have to remember he played in the playoffs as well. And also the beginning of the season he played. Like, Raska wasn't the established starter right at the beginning of Stage 1. Architect did get a fair amount of playtime. Dufresne played 7 games, and 8 games, excuse me, and that was it. Architect played more than 8 games. At least I think he did. Architect played more. Wait, who's this? It's Eileen. We're talking about Eileen now. The Chinese prodigy. I think Eileen's kind of underrated. I'm not sure how everybody else feels about him, but I think Eileen is very underrated. Parker with another $1. Thank you. Thank you, Parker. Thank you for the insane support. Decay is underrated, TBH. What do you guys think? Is Eileen underrated? I kind of think he is. I don't think enough people talk about Eileen. He's a monster Doomfist player. I just don't know why people don't talk about his Doomfist enough, to be honest. Crazy strong on that hero. And he can play a Reaper. I always thought a Sombra was pretty good too. Like, he specializes in certain things that make him really good, right? So, like, did he play Genji too? I don't remember. He might have. But, like, his Doomfist was really good. Yeah, he is high B. I'm gonna see... I think I can... I think I see Eileen as a B tier player. Maybe not quite as good as Decay, but, like, very similar to him. Oh, man. Alexander with the 20. Thank you. Thank you so much. Danye A tier. Danye's not A tier. What the heck? You guys are really killing it with the support, and I really do appreciate that so much. Like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It means a lot. This list isn't complete without Elsa. He's an ultra flex that plays Torb. True. Someone show this to Dufresne. You think Dufresne's gonna care what some Overwatch League YouTuber thinks of him? He's worse than Decay? Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. Similar, though. I think he's a little underrated, but not too much. Still a B in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's fair. Now we're going to talk about EQO. In EQO, he was like good, but not great. He's similar to Decay. I have a very similar mindset with EQO that I do with Decay, where he's good, but not great. Like, his Mei was pretty solid. I thought his Mei kind of went unnoticed. He still looked pretty alright on, like, Hanzo and stuff and Pharah. But he didn't quite have that impact from the inaugural season. Andrew D55 with the $2. Or 2, whatever that is. Sorry. What's my opinion on Glister? I think Glister has a lot of potential. I'll tell you that. I think Glister could be really good. But I'm not really certain on that just yet because I haven't seen him play in the league. But I think he could be good. So that's my opinion on Glister. EQO, though. High B over Decay. Low A, B. Yeah, I think EQO deserves a B tier. Oh, Thor. Thank you, Thor, for the 11. Thank you, dude. That is... You really don't have to do that, Thor. You already do so much for me, man. That my support shall stay unrivaled. Thank you, Thor. You really are the best, man. I appreciate that. So much. It's mind-blowing how much you support me. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy, and I really don't deserve it, but thank you. A below Dufresne. I might move Decay, or not Decay, EQO up. I'm not sure. I don't think EQO deserves A tier, though. ATP just disrespected the whole UK money system. Sorry, like, the chat's going really fast, so I, like, didn't have enough time to read it. I apologize for that. I didn't mean any disrespect. And plus, like, the fact that people are even donating to me to begin with, it's like, I'm at a loss for words, you know? So yeah, sorry about that. But I don't know if I can put EQO A tier. I might put him A later or something. I'm not a Decay fan. I'm a Fleta fan, but I know Decay should be higher than DeFran. I don't know. Maybe I should move DeFran down. We'll see. Let's talk about Erster for now. Where's the Marvel Junkrat? So Erster, easy S tier. No question. Don't even have to think twice about it. Like, this is probably one of the easiest S tiers ever. Next coming of Christ. Erster, in my opinion, was easily, like, in the conversation for best flex DPS in the world. I think he might actually be the best flex DPS in the world as it currently stands, to be honest. Like, everything he does just makes you go, yep, this guy's the best player ever. My voice just cracked so bad. What the hell was that? He's the best player ever. No question about it. You know, like, that's how I feel when watching Erster. He just takes over games. He wills his team to victory, no matter the meta. He's always there popping off. When he had to play Brig, he was really good on that. When he played Genji, disgusting on that hero. Junkrat, so good. Pharah, also really good. Doomfist, one of the best in the Overwatch League. Everything he played, he was one of the best at. His Tracer was really nasty too. McCree, like, everything Erster did. I love Erster. I had a good feeling about him coming into the Overwatch League, but man, he blew away my expectations with how he played. Unbelievable player. Phenomenal. Phenomenal player. Hoxel is better in my opinion. We'll get to Hoxel. Very soon, in fact. Now let's talk about Fitz. I know people think he's a Hitscan, but Fitz has actually always been a flex DPS player. I did some research about it. He's like actually a flex DPS player. And he did play some Genji and stuff this year. He played Doom during the playoffs. Played Widowmaker. He played McCree. Fitz kind of flew under the radar. A lot of people just don't seem to like Fitz or care about him. Like, especially like the higher ups. I was watching Plat Chat this morning actually, and I felt like they were underrating Fitz a ton. I really do like Fitz. I thought he had an underrated season. I think B tier is where he belongs. He really stepped up when Munchkin left. I'm very impressed with how he played. His Doom looked like one of the better ones in the league. I won't say he's better than Adora, but he's close. Prophet is actually cracked. We'll talk about Prophet later in the video, of course. Or not video, stream. If Fitz is flex, Fleta is also a flex. Well, yeah, of course. Fleta's a flex. Let's talk about Fleta. It's kind of funny that they fall right next to each other in the alphabet in terms of their names. Alphabetical order. I agree. Soul overcharge. Well, we'll talk about that another day. It's for a different discussion. I think Shadowburn was really underrated after... You really think so? We'll talk about that too. But Fleta. Fleta is the meta. He had his ups and downs, just like in Season 1. It's a repeat, basically. His Pharah was as good as ever. Definitely one of the better ones in the Overwatch League. His Mei, on the other hand, was kind of a big yikes. He was very unimpressive on that hero. And his Reaper was pretty alright too. I liked his McCree. His Widow was still alright. Will this be uploaded after? Yeah, most likely. Fleta is definitely the meta. I thought he was a good player this year. Not a great player, but like way above average. I'm going to put him above EQO. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but I think he's high B. I think Fletta's pretty good. You guys are really talking about Shadowburn. Huh. I have Shadowburn on here, right? Don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay. How about Flower? Poor Flower, man. Flower... I really had high hopes for him. But he didn't play, wasn't meant for GOATs, and NYXL starts playing him a little bit towards the end of the year. He looks good at times, other times he doesn't. I liked his Doom. I liked his Pharah. His McCree looked okay. I can't say Flowers I don't know if I can say Flowers a C tier. I don't know how I feel about Flower. I'll put him low B. I like him more than Color Hex and Blase, to be honest. He's like the definition of a B- player. Unlimited potential, though. Yeah, Flower has insane potential because of the hero pool. He just needs the right system, needs the right coaching. Hopefully, through Runaway system, he'll be able to, like, get back up to that 2017 World Cup level, you know? Low B, high C. Flower was the reason SBB got picked up to LW Blue, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Gotta love it. Flower's a good guy. But now we get to talk about Hoxel. I saw some people say that they think Hoxel's better than Erster, but like, he was really good. I don't want to get it twisted in any sort of way here. I think Hoxel's Genji was the best in the Overwatch League. I also really liked his Doomfist a lot, probably top 3. But man, did this guy have an overrated Pharah. Holy moly. I don't think people realize how overrated his Pharah was. Like, Hoxel's definitely an S-tier player, no joke. But his Pharah was so overrated. If you watch him use Barrage and, like, his cooldowns on that hero, it's just not impressive. He makes mistakes on Pharah. Between Architect and Erster, yeah, that's where I'm going to put Hoxel, because you could feel his impact on the heroes like he's good at. Crazy good at, like, the heroes he's known for, you know? He's not quite as versatile as Architect, but I think he's a bit more clutch. And, like, he did more for his team this year, so that's why I'm going to put him below Erster, but above Architect. His Mei wasn't good either. His Mei was okay. His Mei wasn't bad. Hoxel had a Pharah? How old is Hoxel? Not quite sure. I wouldn't say super old, but he's not, like, I don't think he's too young either. Let's do hydration, though. I liked hydration this year. He was kind of used for more, like, utility stuff. We saw him play a lot of tank. Like, hydration was everywhere this year. They made him play Brig. They made him play Sigma. They made him play Wrecking Ball, Orisa. But none of those heroes matter here at all, right? Strictly looking at hydration's DPS, he could play Doom. He could play Pharah. He could play Junk. Wasn't utilized for Mei. Decay played Mei over him, so clearly he wasn't very good at that. I liked hydration. Like, I thought he was solid. Right next to Agilities, they're really literally the same person. I thought hydration was a lot better than Agilities this year. I think hydration deserves, like, somewhere in the B range. I'll put him, like, right below Decay. I kind of think him and Decay were similar this year, where they had their moments, but you felt like they could have performed better. Reliable, but no carry potential. Yeah, I kind of disagree slightly with that, but I can understand why you'd say that. Low A. I don't know if I think Hydration's a low A. I don't know if I can give him an A tier. I am going to make adjustments with this, though, because now that I'm looking at it, I'm really not liking a few things I have. But yeah, as of right now, Hydration's going to remain right there. Hydration equals decay. Yeah. Let's talk about Illicit. Illicit's like one of those DPS players where he's young, he has potential, and he did show a little bit of it in the Overwatch League in Season 2. Looked alright on the Genji, the Junkrat, but just a pretty average player. Like, above Danye, but not quite above Agilities. What do you guys think of Illicit? I know he didn't play that much. Not a lot of people care a lot about him, but I want to hear your opinion. He's yet to prove himself. Yeah. I think Illicit's like a C-tier player with potential. High C. Don't remember Illicit. He was decent. C, C, B, low B, mid C. Yeah. I think that's fair. Illicit was like average, and he showed flashes. How about Ivy, though? What do you guys think of Ivy? I liked Ivy. But when he played DPS, he wasn't all that impressive. What, he had an okay Hanzo? I remember him playing like Widow Genji. It was mostly like, he had like that one stage of fame where he played well on Zarya. But strictly looking at his DPS, he was just okay, right? Just an okay player. I just didn't really like Ivy that much when he wasn't playing Zarya. And even afterwards, his Zarya wasn't that good, you know? Just below Hydration. Ivy is very underrated. I don't think he played well in the Overwatch League. I kind of agree. I think Ivy could be good. You know, no, I'm going to put him above Illicit. I think Ivy could be good, but I didn't get to see him play enough DPS to really, like, say, oh, he's a good player. He was in a bad situation, though, right? You know? By the time DPS came around, he wasn't really utilized anymore, and Toronto wanted basically a different roster. It's tough. It's tough for Ivy. But I'm sure that I'll be ranking him higher in the future if Philly actually utilizes him, that is. Where's Hoppa? He's the true flex player. True. Who do we got now? Jake. Jake was okay. I've always been a huge fan of Jake. He hasn't really looked the same since like 2017, early 2018 in my opinion. But, you know, I thought he looked okay when he played Pharah, when he played Doom, like in Stage 3 or whatever it was. He mostly just played Brig, though. I felt like in Stage 4, like, he played Junk, and then, like, Dante and Linkser got a lot of playtime over him. I think Jake Rat deserves, like a high C. I'll put him C+. You know what? I like him more than C Hex. I'll put him C+. Jake was nothing special, but I thought he looked okay for his final year in the Overwatch League when he wasn't playing Brigitte, that is, but we'll not get into that. We're not going to dive into that subject. His Brig is just a different story. His Pharah is nutty. I don't think it's nutty, but it's okay. His leadership was a big factor. Yeah, true. Jade Loke. Jade Loke indeed. Jade Loke has Rip Tire. Flower above Jake. Where's Apply? Apply played like 2 maps, and he played Brig. Crystal, though. Rip Crystal. He ain't coming back to the Overwatch League. He's going through some stuff with the Spark. Gonna avoid the drama. Look it up for yourself if you don't know about it. But I thought he showed flashes on, like, Tracer when he played that and stuff. Crystal actually played quite well once he started, like, learning how to speak Korean and stuff. But it didn't last long, obviously. That's the issue. So the sample size isn't very big. So in all honesty, I think Crystal's, like, right here. Or maybe not. Maybe B. Maybe we'll put Crystal B, actually. I don't know. Hang on. Let's think about this for a second. I have to try and remember. What were the big thing? Oh, that was a loud noise. What the heck? Crystal played Tracer. He played Brigitte. Did he play anything else? Not really. No, I'm going to say Crystal's a C tier. I'll put Crystal above Ivy. Crystal's a C just because he didn't play enough DPS, I guess. I probably shouldn't have even included him. I don't know why Crystal's here. Oh, well. Bastion. Did he play Bastion? Oh, Widow. Looked good, but he didn't play enough, you know? Just didn't play. So now we're going to talk about KSF. I know a lot of people seem to think he's a Hitscan player, but that's not true at all. KSF has always been a flex, and if you go, like, literally, he's even said he's a flex DPS player. Like, he laughed about it on Twitter one time. He's like, guys, I'm a flex player. I'm not a Hitscan. Why does everyone think I'm a Hitscan? And I know he basically only played Hitscan for the Valiant, but truth of the matter is that he is indeed a flex. And I mean, he did play Torb. I remember him playing Torb. He played Mei. He played Hanzo. So, like, I think most people just remember KSF for the Widowmaker, you know? Widow McCree, Zarya. But he did play Hanzo. In my opinion, that was his best hero. I loved KSF's Hanzo. Nutty. Super nutty on that hero. Like, he really hit his stride, too. He was hitting his stride in Stage 4. He showed good improvements this year. I'm very proud of how far KSF has come. Definitely in the B range. He was above average, in my opinion. I'm going to put him above Fitz. He was good, but he wasn't as amazing as a bunch of other players on here. B tier player. How about Kib? Kib. This is a weird one. I don't even know why Kib's on here. Thor with a... Oh my god, Thor. Are you kidding me? Thor with another 2. 222. Thank you, Thor. Parker 2 as well? Oh my god. Put Zach in S tier and I'll donate you... Oh my god. Thank you, Parker and Thor again. Really kind of you to do some more super chats. That's incredible. Man. For Kib, though, pretty unimpressive player. I'll put him D tier. D tier 100%. LOL. High C. Actually decent. Why is Supply not here? He did play Genji. Yeah, he played Genji once. Why is everyone saying D? He played pretty well. He was better than Otto, though, wasn't he? It's tough. Kib didn't even play in 2-2-2, you know? Above Otto. Yeah, okay. I'll put Kib there. Kib was unimpressive. But to be fair, he didn't play much. That's what I'll say about Kib. Not as good as I was hoping he'd be. But he didn't play enough for me to, like, truly judge and say, like, he's a good player, he's a bad player. This is more of a guess, to be honest. Like, What DPS did he really play? Hi, good day, ATP. What's up? Where the links are at? Linkser's a Hitscan player. This is a flex DPS thing. Kibb's Doom was pretty good in World Cup, but if we're going strictly off the Overwatch League season, he really didn't play much DPS. Better than BQB? I disagree. How about Libero, though? I've always had a very high opinion on him. Even this year, I think he was a bit more quiet compared to 2018, but he was still a rather reliable player, especially in the playoffs. He popped off in the playoffs. Disgusting on the Doomfist. Seriously good. Kind of underrated in my opinion. He made a lot of big plays for the NYXL. Like, if Sabiobi wasn't popping off, it was him. Always him. His May wasn't that good. Like, I'm just trying to think of everything he played. His May was just alright. His Pharaoh was still pretty good. Didn't really play a lot of other things. But did I already do Hitscan? Yes, I did. I'll put Libero S tier, though. He's like a low S, but I think he makes the cut for me. Libero's a beast. Where's Tavik? Tavik's right here. I haven't rated him yet. Right under Architect? Yeah. Above Architect? Okay, so a lot of people agree he's S tier. I don't think he's as good as Architect. I thought Architect did a bit more this year, personally. But Libero's very close, don't get me wrong. Just my opinion, though. Why is Architect S tier? Because he's a monster. Why wouldn't he be an S tier? Okay, let's talk about Mangachu. Mangachu wasn't good. I don't think he was good at all this year. I'm really tempted to put him D, but maybe I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do Mangachu that dirty, but I feel like I might need to. This May was meh. He could play a decent Pharah and Torb. Because of the Pharah and Torb, I'll put him, like, below BQB. I didn't really like Mangachu this season at all. Like, I'm actually very happy that he decided to go back to contenders. I don't think he played I don't think he played as well as I thought he was going to. So yeah. Apply played 3 hours. Well, it's 3 hours. I don't think there's a point of putting Apply on here, you know? And he played Brig. He played Brigitte. He played some Genji or whatever, sure, but he played Brig. That's what he did. He played during GOATs, and that was it. He won the Torb 1v1, so that's a +1. People only think Decay's bad because of him playing bad in one playoff game. I just think Decay was unimpressive this year in general, to be honest. Make a new tier called Torb Hammerman. A tier for white background. Yeah, I couldn't find a picture of him in the Toronto jersey, which really sucked. Alright, let's talk about Nero. I thought Nero, I think some people, by the way, it's really sad I couldn't find a picture of him, with the lost weight, because he did lose a lot of weight, but whatever. I think some people underrate Nero, but at the same time, some people overrate him. Nero's kind of in a weird place in the community, I feel. Some people think he's like a god, but then other people are like, meh, I think he's overrated. I feel like there's not a lot of in-betweens with him. I think, however, he's an easy A tier. I loved what I saw from Nero, and I've brought it up before, but the moment that he became of age for the charge, the team really turned it around. He started playing stage 3? They go 4-3, then they go, 6-1 in stage 4? He really helped turn this team around. I liked what I saw from him from his Pharah in particular. I really liked that. I think he showed off a good Hanzo as well. What else did he play? May? He played May, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. He was good. Nero was really good. Maybe not quite as... Actually, he did kind of body Jinmu, though. I'm putting him... that's tough. It's really tough. I like both Jinmu and Nero a lot. He did destroy Jinmu. That is true. That's a difficult one. Both Chads in their own right. Yeah. I'll leave it at that for now. Nero's like high A. I think he just did so much for the Charge this year and he deserves high praise. Jinmu had a better hero pool. Nico. I feel like people underrated him a lot during the Rogue era and he's really hardworking. Yeah, Nico was bad. I think he might have actually been one of the worst players in the league this year. I apologize to any of my Nico supporters out there, but he was bad. Nico was very bad. I'll put him here. The Ds are just all so similar to each other. Above Mangachu? Nico above Mangachu? Maybe. Nah. Nico's a D tier. Better than Otto? Did he even play DPS? I felt like he did once or twice. I could be wrong. I thought he did play a little bit. Didn't he play Junk or something? I don't remember. I might just be wrong here. I could have sworn I saw him play once or twice. Is he still on Paris? He actually is still on Paris. All right, let's get the sour taste out of our mouths. Let's talk about a real DPS player now. Let's talk about a real DPS player. Let's talk about Prophet. I know I saw some Prophet lovers in the chat earlier, so now's our time to talk about him. Prophet S tier above Architect, below Hoxel. Why is Arhan even on the list? He played less than Apply. For the memes, to be honest. Prophet's an S tier, though. I don't even have to give it any thought. He had that hard carry play with Tracer against Shanghai. He also did very well against Ding in that Pharah battle, but that's just one game. Remember, that's just one game. His Mei, though, I think people forget that his Mei and Reaper weren't good. His Hanzo is also nice, though. He's an S tier player, but I think people overrate him. I think that, he didn't look invincible on some of the heroes he was playing. Between Hoxel and Architect. I think Prophet is below Architect. You can whine, you can scream, you can complain all you want. But I think Prophet was a little overrated this year. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think he was as good as Architect. He's still a nasty player, guys. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't think he was as good as he was in 2018. I just think he was a little overrated this year. He's still a good player. I'm not saying he's bad. But, not as good as he used to be, in my opinion. This is blasphemy. I agree. I disagree. This list isn't complete without Tilted Hung. 3K versus Shanghai. That's one play, though. Don't close your mind to just a couple of plays. I think that's where the mistake lies with Prophet. He makes some hype plays, but don't just look at one or two plays. You have to look at the whole season as a picture, you know? Prophet was inconsistent at times. I just don't think his Mei or his Reaper was that good. He did struggle a little bit this year at times. But let's talk about Rascal now, who was a god. Rascal is an absolute god. From early stage 1 till the end of the year, man just popped off. He had one of the best Pharahs in the league. He had definitely one of the better Mays. In my opinion, it was the best in the league. Some people will disagree, but statistically, he was the best May. He was one of the better Pharahs. What else did Rascal play a lot of? I forget. Why am I forgetting? BAP. He played BAP. Of course, obviously, BAP isn't really a DPS hero, but he made it seem like it was a DPS hero. Oops, sorry about that. So, Erster, or not Erster. I think that Rascal is second best behind Erster. I don't think Rascal is like quite number one in the league for flex DPS, but I think that him, Erster, and Hoxel like are all very close to each other. Mans was a beast. Gotta love Rascal. Worse than Architect. Yeah, some people do think Rascal's the best, and I think that's really fair. Like, if I'm 100% honest, I think it's super fair to say that Rascal is the number one flex DPS in 2019. Makes a lot of sense to me, but I just think Erster's a little better. Personally. Just my personal opinion. Rascal's the true MVP? Yeah. He was an MVP caliber type of player for sure. Stats are not that relevant? See, I hard disagree there. I hard disagree. I think stats are important. I don't think they tell the whole story, obviously, but I think it's important to look at stats. And now we go from Prophet to Shadowburn. We're going to opposite ends of the spectrum here. Shadowburn, his fare wasn't as good as it was in the past, if I'm going to be honest. But he showed some promise on that hero a little bit. I also thought his Mei was rather decent. He played some Genji as well, I believe. But in all honesty, I think Shadowburn's washed. He made some plays kind of like he did on Philly in 2018, but I just don't see it with Shadowburn anymore. I'll say he's like above Illicit, I guess. I'll put him above Ivy too, sure. That's what I think of Shadowburn. He's just not good anymore. I love Shadowburn to death. I was really sad when the Fusion started playing EQO over him and everything, but I do love Shadowburn. And I just don't think he's that good. Breaks my heart to say it. Why is there still only one Dallas Fuel DPS player? Watch him on World Cup. He's far from it. But we're talking strictly Overwatch League. If you look at strictly how he performed in the Overwatch League, he wasn't good. Like, World Cup Shadowburn always carries, but that's the World Cup. If this was a World Cup tier list, sure. Too high? Above Ivy? Yeah, I think he's slightly above Ivy. I don't think Ivy was very good this year. Someone said Shadowburn is S tier. Oh, Lord. Let's not talk about that. Instead, let's talk about Sinatra. A good player. Sinatra was the MVP of the Overwatch League. Obviously, it was mostly because of Zarya. But I thought he was an underrated flex DPS, to be honest. Showed off promise on Genji. He looked alright on Mei. His Doomfist was amazing. His Tracer was still as good as ever. One of the best in the world. I think you easily have to put Sinatra into the S tier range. And you know what? I agree. I'm putting Sinatra above Hoxel. No, not above Rascal. Hoxel. There we go. Sinatra's a monster. If he's the MVP, arguably the best player in the world, I feel that he has to be high S, you know? It makes sense. Sinatra's been the best player in the world for like a year now. I do think he's better than Hoxel. Yes, I agree. Mr. 150K. Ain't gonna be Mr. 150K for long. I'm sure he's about to get a fat paycheck, man. Sinatra earned it. He won MVP of the Overwatch League. Obviously, he's going to restructure that deal. No doubt about it. He's probably getting paid a ton more than that now. Sinatra below Rascal? Yes. I do think he's below Rascal just because I think Rascal's the better hero pool. But yeah. Definitely not best in the world. I think he might be. Rascal's a better hero pool. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think of it as. Rascal's just a bit more flexible. Let's talk about Stratus, though. Sinatra Doom was like a raid boss in the playoffs. Yes. Stratus, though. Stratus was kind of like a May one-trick, kind of. So judging him, well, he played that Doomfist like that one time against Fusion too, right? But judging him overall is really hard because he just played a lot of May. That's how I think of Stratus. He was a really good May player, but what else did he do? Like, I can't really think of anything he played other than, like, Doom that one time. He played Pharah, and he played May. And he didn't play enough for me to, like, say he's really, really good. Like, I like Stratus. I thought he really showed good flashes. But I'm going to put him, like, high B just because I haven't seen him play enough. You know? Maybe I'll put him above Decay, actually. Yeah, there we go. That looks about right. I would put Stratus higher, I think, if, like, I got to see him play a tiny bit more. But, like, 7 matches just isn't enough for me, I feel. Put him on S for sunglasses. He does have the good vibes. I will give Stratus that. He has the very good vibes going. Got outsmarted by Logics. Above EQO. Hydration is better than Stratus. Wait, Stellar? Did Stellar even play any, like, projectile or anything? Didn't he just play, like, Tracer? Or May? What was it? Was it May? Yeah, I think he played May. He wasn't very good, though. That's for sure. Definitely was nothing special. I'll put Stellar, like, high D, sure. Why not? Good Brig player. Not a great May. He doesn't even count. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have even included him, but it's all good. Stellar is not so stellar. Indeed. How about Tavik, though? Why did I even put Tavik on here? I feel like I shouldn't even rate Tavik. He played Brig. I don't think I'm going to bother with Tavik, to be honest. I think I'm just going to cast him aside and not bother. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, did he... In Stage 1, when he played for Florida, did he play anything besides Brig Chat? I honestly can't remember. Because if he didn't play any DPS, I'm not going to bother. F to pay respect, B for bus driver. Very good, but an awful team. I can only recall him ever playing Brigitte. So I think I'm just going to pass on Tavik. Pharah once. Yeah, we're passing on Tavik. Oh, wait, he did play May. That's right. What's this? Oh, Tatch, thank you for the $2 super chat. Isn't Defran Hitscan also Crystal and D? Defran's actually a flex in my opinion because he played Hanzo. And he played Hanzo, he played Tracer, like he played a little bit of everything. So I'd say Defran's more of a flex, personally. He did play May on King's Row, that's right. They used to run that strat, didn't they? Because they weren't good at GOAT, so they played May. I remember that now. Yes. That is true. Let's put Tavik in here then. Screw it. Tavik's D. We'll put him above Stellar. Or no, below Stellar. Yeah, there's Tavik. Woo, Tavik. Replace Tavik with Saya player. Where is he? Carpe also played Hanzo. True. Torb isn't a hit scan. Yeah. Wait. Torb isn't a hit scan, right? Or is he? I don't think he is. No. Right? Or am I crazy? Do you guys see Saya player? This is a flex DPS tier list. I did a hit scan. Look, I already did hit scan. This is the hit scan tier list. We already did it. We already did hit scan. You missed that part of the stream. Yeah, that's what I thought. Torb isn't hit scan. I don't know why. Why did I think he wasn't for a second? Yeah, that's why I think Defran's a flex. Because he played Torb and he played Hanzo and stuff. But yeah, see, I already did a hit scan. Okay. You're forgetting about Bozzy? Yeah, I forgot to put Bozzy in there. But to be honest, like, he played Doom. He played some Widowmaker. I don't even think it's worth rating him. Let's do Youngjin, though. Youngjin was pretty good. He had a really good Doomfist, like incredibly good. I think he played some junk. I remember him having a pretty solid Hanzo. So I'm going to say Youngjin's like a high B, maybe a... Well, but his Doomfist was really good, though. His Doomfist was one of the best in the Overwatch League, right? I'll put him low A, I think, then, for that. That Doom was insane. His Doom was great. He really carried a lot in Stage 3 when Shanghai was using the triple DPS comms. And especially during the play-ins. He really bodied the Fusion and he helped keep them in that series against London. So I'll say Youngjin's like a low A player. Now we have to talk about the greatest player in the history of Overwatch. Everybody's favorite player, Zachary. The MVP. He got robbed of MVP. I don't know why that dumb Sinatra got over him. Zachary's clearly the greatest player ever. Zach is so good that I should have made a tier just for him. Parker, thank you for another $2 super chat, my guy. You're really killing it with the support today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just put Zach where he belongs, though, right? Wait, why is his background white? Clearly, Zachary's the greatest player ever, you know? He's S+++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++ greatest player to ever touch the game. The Prodigy. The Western Carpe. The Western Erster. The Legend. S for Scrimbox. Make a tier for him. Nah. He was dirty in the XXS tier. Dude, Zach's so good at this video game, though. It's crazy. He's so good. Zach's crazy, guys. Zach's crazy. Who's Among? The only chat I know is Zachary. Okay. In all seriousness, though, let's talk about where he truly belongs. The only thing with, effect, I'd consider effect a flex DPS, I think, but the problem is, oh, thank you, Parker. Oh my god, he actually did it, this madman. You actually did it. What the heck, dude? You're insane. Thank you, Parker. You're a madman. Thank you for the $20 donation, dude. Holy moly. That is so incredibly generous of you, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's actually put Zachary where he belongs, though. In our hearts, he's the greatest player ever. But in reality, he's a C-tier player. I think he does get a bit more hate than he deserves, but he wasn't very good. Like, he was very inconsistent on the Mei. Very up and down on that hero. I'll put Zach below Shadowburn. I think that's a pretty fair spot for Zach. Or maybe I'll put him lower, to be honest. I might have to put Zach lower than this. I don't know if I want him this high. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but he really wasn't good. East Coast, Beast Coast. Yeah, I'm going to put him here. I like the over Danye comment. I like that comment. I agree. He could play a decent Junkrat from what I remember, too. His Mei, like I said, was okay. Yeah, Zach gets so much hate because people, like, a lot of people don't like the Dallas Fuel. I think that's part of it. BQB under Zach is an insult. You think so? Maybe I should move BQB up a little, but a lot of people don't like him. I just think that a Sombra was disappointing. Mr. Tomato, thank you. You said Zachary was the best ever. I'm telling Zephyr. No, don't tell Zephyr. Don't tell him. He'll get mad at me. Don't tell Zephyr. Don't do it. Okay, I'm doing some readjusting now, though. Because, there's some things I really don't like now that I look at this list, so I'm making adjustments, okay? We're going to make some adjustments. First off, I'm moving Fleta into A tier. I don't know why I had him in B tier, but he's moving up. Fleta's definitely an A tier player. I think some people will get mad at me because I still have him below Dante. However, Dante's impact is way greater than people think for some reason, so that's where I'm keeping him. Also, I'm thinking about messing around with this B tier a little bit. Because I don't know if I like it. I also might move to Fran around too, because he didn't play that much. I'm moving to Fran here also. We're making adjustments, ladies and gentlemen. I'm making adjustments. I kind of want to move Crystal down. Maybe a little. Maybe Shadowburn as well. I think I want to put... I think I might move KSF above Adora. Because I thought Adora was mostly just a good break. So I'm going to put KSF here. Here's the rule. You can't have two lines for C. That might be tough because I think there's a lot of average DPS players. Someone's got to go up or down. If Sinatra isn't the best player, how did he win MVP? Because of his Zarya. That's why. He's also a really good player though. Like, but I just don't think he's quite as flexible as Erster or Rascal, which is why I can't put him higher than them, I feel. Move a couple of people into D tier. But I don't know if I want to move any of these guys into D tier. I don't think they deserve it. But I don't want to move Jake to B tier. I don't know if I want to move C-Hex up to B tier either, though. Like, Jake or Agilities goes up. Ooh. I might move Flower down to C+ as well. This is kind of rough. Maybe I'll move Manga down to D. I don't know. His Mei was kind of ugly. But he had a good Pharah and a good Torb. Agilities is better than Jake. Man. Agilities is not low A tier. Agilities and Color Hex are better than Jake. I think Color Hex isn't good, though. I'm sorry, but I think he's beyond average. Alyssa over Jake and C-Hex over Jake. Move C-Hex and Agilities. I really don't like C-Hex, though. I'm sorry. I just don't think he's good. He's so inconsistent. I guess he's like the definition of a B-. Screw it. I'll move C-Hex up to a B-. I'll move him above Flower, because why not? I'm going to move a Jill up to C+, and boom. Quack. What do you guys think now? Is that better? I know there's still some things I should adjust, but like, or I could adjust. But I think overall, it's about where I'd want it. Mangachu to D? I might. I honestly might. I don't want to disrespect him that bad, though. Danye below BQB. I agree with that, actually. Let's do that. I might honestly just put BQB above Zach as well. For the people saying Corey, remember this is a flex DPS tier list. This isn't Hitscan. That's why you don't see Corey. That's why you don't see Carpe, Saya player, etc. Corey's a Hitscan player. You were mean to Kib, be mean to Mangachu. Screw it. There. I think that's just about where I'd want it. Maybe I could move like EQO up, maybe. No, I don't think he's that good. Yeah, that looks good. Stellar had more playtime than Kib. Okay. I'll put Otto above Tavik as well. Why not? Jinmu up, please. I kind of like Nero more than Jinmu. But does... I gotta think about the season as a whole. Give me a moment here. I just feel like Nero's impact was greater and he was a more consistent player. The only time he really got shut down, I feel, was that one time against Fleta in the play-in tournament game. Then there's Jimbo on the other hand, who like... He was up and down. He did a lot of good, but inconsistent. I'm going to keep it how it is. We're keeping it how it is. Jinmu's definitely more flexible than Nero. I don't know about that, though. Nero plays basically everything he does. Ding is better than Jinmu. It's hard. Like, everyone has a different opinion. Everybody has such a different opinion. You know what? Screw it. This is my opinion. Why do people keep saying, where is Corey? This is a flex DPS tier list. Corey is a hit scan. He played Hanzo, yeah, but what else did he play other than Hanzo? Tell me one other DPS hero he played that isn't hit scan besides Hanzo. Sheesh. How many times do I have to explain it? My goodness. Yeah. I'm done. This is the list. I don't want to make any more changes. I'll be at this the entire night if I keep just reading all the comments. You guys are going to keep making me think about stuff. Corey's in his house, duh. So, time to recap. So for my S tier players, we're going with Erster, Rascal, Sinatra, Hoxel, Architect, Prophet, and Libero. A tiers, Nero, Jinmu, Ding, Dante, Fleta, Youngjin, and Defran. B tier, EQO, Stratus, Decay, Hydration, Eileen, KSF, Adora, Fitz, Color Hex, Flower. C tier, Agilities, Jake, Blase, Crystal, Shadowburn, Ivy, Illicit, BQB, Zachary, and Danye. D tiers, Mangachu, Stellar, Kib, Otto, Tavik, Nico, and Arhan. Oh, Corey played Symmetra. Yeah, he played it like twice. I just consider Corey more of a hit skin because he played so much Widow, you know? He played a ton of Widow. Fitz better than Fleta? Gonna hard disagree there. Is Crystal still at the Spark? I don't believe so. Wait, where's Fitz? Fitz is right here. Where's Asher? Asher played Brig. I think Jinmu's better. Wait, what does that say? I think Jinmu is better than Ding because Ding never popped off on anything not Pharah. Don't forget about his Sombra. You're discrediting his Sombra. Just got here. I'm confused as to why Erster is the best, but because he is the best. Plain and simple. Erster is the best. In my opinion. Where's Somonsu? Somonsu's a hit scan. He played McCree and Sombra. Are you going to do your tier list based on player looks? You mean like most handsome players? I could do that as like a meme stream in the future, I suppose. Yeah, though. I could probably keep going all night with this if I wanted to. Just keep making these little changes and stuff, but like no one's ever going to be happy with the list. Like everyone's always going to be like, "Oh, why do you have this guy here? He should be higher, he should be lower, etc., etc." And I don't want to keep doing that. Like I'm going to overthink myself, you know? I don't want to do that to myself. It's not worth it. So those are the tier lists, you know? That's what I got. Did my hit scan, did my flex DPS. There's a bajillion more flex DPS than there are hit scans. But yeah. Fisher wins most handsome. Make Zach the highest tier. We already did earlier. Overwatch team color tier list. We could do that in the future. I don't like. Actually, I could pull up a tier list and do that, I suppose. Is that illicit in C? Yes, it is. Overwatch League meme tier list. Show Hitscan tier list. There you go. There's the Hitscan tier list. Oh, man. Overwatch League logo tier list? We could mess around and do one of those, I guess, real quick before I end the stream. DPS duo tier list, that would take forever. I can do one in the future. Half the S tier shock. Did Guard even play Hitscan? Yeah, it's literally all he played. He played Sombra and Widowmaker, and he played Doomfist. That's all he played. And maybe like a few other things here and there, but in my opinion, Guard was a Hitscan. Why is Enlier D? Because I had no one in D tier originally, and I felt like I needed to add people there. He's actually a C tier in my opinion, but I felt like I had to put people in D, otherwise it would look really weird. Yeah, I don't think Enlier is actually a D tier. I just don't want people, like, I don't want to have 0 people in D tier, if that makes any sense. Because then what's the point of even having the tier? Gotta make some sacrifices. Brig Jail Lil W. But we could, like, search for, like, Overwatch League. Like, I could do one based off of colors or logos, I guess. We could look for something. Send AKM to D tier. I don't think he is D tier, though. Overwatch League team. Is this like an updated one, though? I don't know. I love how that thumbnail, the Houston Outlaws. I could like, oh no, this isn't updated though. This one isn't updated. Search Owl Season 3 for updated colors. Gotcha. Owl Season, or wait, Overwatch League Season 3. Season 3. Let's see, shall we? Overwatch League Season 3 teams. Sent a DM on Twitter if you wanted my DPS support and tank duo stuff. Thank you. Thank you. I'll think about doing that in a future stream. This looks better. That looks a lot better. There we go. The shock one isn't updated though. Grr. But if you want my like quick like just Owl S3. Okay, let me try that. Owl S3. All right, we'll do a logos one real quick. This definitely isn't it either. Where is it then? You lied to me. I'm not finding anything. Owl S3. What about Owl Season 3? Wait, it's gone. Yeah, you think? It is gone. Welp. GG's to that then. It's a big oof. Oh yeah, if you could find the link, I'd definitely do it. Oh, did you send it over Discord? Oh, hold on. Let me go on Discord. I don't have the Discord app open, so I just gotta go on the website real quick. Do. And boop. Nice. That's what we want. Perfect. Now we can do a logos tier list, I guess, to cap off this stream. So starting with Guangzhou Charge, let's do this quick. It's basic, but colors look clean. I think the G and the Z looks nice. It's like 9th through 12th somewhere. Sure, why not? Toronto Defiant, in a very similar boat to Guangzhou. Like, it's a little on the plain side. It's basic. Looks okay. Got the black and the white going on. It's okay. Shanghai Dragons. I love the dragons. It's always been one of my favorite logos. That's somewhere like 5th through 8th. Seoul Dynasty. It's a freaking tiger. It's awesome. It's got to be in the top 4. Paris Eternal. I've always kind of liked their logo. Never loved their team, but I do like their logo. Probably somewhere in there. Do I like the Valiant colors? No, I don't. I really don't like the new Valiant colors. Valiant is super diverse. Logo only or skins and colors? I'm just talking about the logos right now, but I could do skins after this. Like I'll run through logos real quick what I think of them, then we could like reset and do skins, I suppose. This is just based on the logo, yes. NYXL, I know some people kind of find it boring. I think it's kind of good though. So that's 9, 10, 11. Dallas Fuel. I've always kind of liked the flame. Somewhere over here. I'm going to move Guangzhou here as well. Boom. I like the way the fusion one looks. Kind of reminds me of like science class almost. Looks pretty cool. Somewhere there. Gladiators one looks awesome. It's like a lion, the shield or whatever it is. Looks really clean. It's right along with Soul. I kind of like this better, to be honest. Chengdu Hunters, I mean, it's the logo of the Chads. It has to be high up, right? It's a freaking panda. It's cool. It's a mean looking panda, you know? Washington Justice, one of my absolute favorites. Reminds me so much of America, the country I live in. Florida's, I mean, their logo isn't that good. Like, I like the palm tree. It's not that good. Their skins are really nice, though. When we talk about the skin, it'll be different. Houston Outlaws reminds me a lot of just Texas in general, and I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. It reminds me of that for some reason, so put Houston here. Atlanta, they've got the Immortal Phoenix. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments because I like Atlanta's logo. Okay. What I'm gonna do is move that down there. I'm gonna move this down here. That's gonna go there. No, there. Yeah. Shock. Really boring. Don't care for it. I do kind of like the sparks. It's unique. Moving New York down, putting the sparks there. It's like an anime reference or whatever. It looks pretty clean. It's like bang, bang, shooting a gun at you, you know? London's pretty boring. I've always liked Vancouver's. They go up here. Boston's down here. I'm going to move Valiant. I always like the Valiant logo. I think the Valiant logo is really cool. Let's do that. Do that. Boom. So that's just like a quick overview of my opinion on the logos. I think the Gladiators have the best. I don't know. It's just logos. It's not a huge deal, you know. We went really fast, but will this go on YouTube? I missed the whole thing. Yeah, probably. All right, let's do skins now. Let's do skins, then I'm going to end the stream, I think. Reset. Time for skins. Oh, what happened? Okay. Why is Boston so low? Because I think it's kind of boring, to be honest. Plus, I don't like Boston because I'm more of a New York sports person. So I think that probably helps explain it a little bit. Boston's just like, ew, you know? Hate the New England Patriots, don't like the Red Sox, all that stuff. Skins now. Skins. Guangzhou Charge. I think have really underrated skins. I've always been a big fan of the colors. They just look really clean to me. So I'll say Charge are like probably in my top 8. Toronto Defiant, black and red is one of my all-time favorite color schemes. That's easily one of my favorites. Shanghai I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't really think the yellow looks all that great. So I'll put them there for now. Seoul Dynasty have one of the best ones. They got that gold and black. Looks super clean, like no matter what the hero. Paris's are okay. Not a huge fan. The blue, the red. NYXL are one of my favorites. Probably slightly below Guangzhou. Fun fact, the first ever Overwatch League skin I purchased was an NYXL Lucio skin. Why I chose that, I have no clue. Probably because I played a lot of Lucio back then. I probably should have done a Valiant one, but I was like, I'm going to pick the coolest color, because why not? Even though I'm a Valiant fan. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. Dallas Fuel. Some people think their skins are overrated. I personally think they're pretty nice. Like, Dallas Fuel, Reinhardt, and Genji looks really clean. So I think it makes my top 8 for sure. Philly Fusion. I think the orange and the black and like the white or whatever, it's always been pretty good. Home and away skins. Probably like top 12, top 11, something like that. Gladiators. I like the Gladiators because they're unique. Like they were the only purple team for like 2 years. They still kind of are the only purple team. What am I saying? But like, you get the point. They're unique because they're purple. The color scheme just looks really nice. I have a Gladiators Winston skin. I love it very much. I think this lands somewhere in my top 8. Probably slightly below Fuel. Chengdu Hunters. Not a huge fan of their skins, to be honest. They might actually be like bottom 3 for me, maybe. Or bottom 4. I'll put them here for now. Justice have one of my favorite colors. The red, white, and blue. It's like having World Cup skins, like, without actually having them, you know, if that makes any sense. Like, it feels like I can have a USA World Cup skin without them actually adding them into the game. I love it. One of my favorites. Then there's Florida. I think this is one of my new favorites, to be honest. Their new colors are ridiculously clean. I love them so much. I'm really happy they finally made the change. It's something I've been begging for a while now. So they're probably like, honestly, they're my second favorite, I think. I love them. They look so good. Houston Outlaws. They don't look too bad. I've always kind of liked the black and the light green. So probably like somewhere here maybe. Atlanta Reign. Definitely up here. Love the Atlanta Reigns colors. Really? Toronto top 4? I love Toronto. Toronto red and black. Red and black are my 2 favorite colors, so I'm kind of biased there, but like I love their colors way too much. Goodbye McDonald's, hello Taco Bell. That's good. That's really good. San Francisco Shock. I've heard some pretty mixed opinions. I know some people kind of prefer the old colors, but I never really loved their old colors. I'm not a huge fan of like the orange and the yellow, and I like the shout out to the Oakland Raiders now, of course, becoming the Las Vegas Raiders. They got the silver and the black going on. They still have the orange. Really nice looking colors in my opinion. So they make my top 10. Hangzhou Spark. I know a lot of people love pink, but I don't like pink. Not a fan of the color. London's, they kind of remind me of the Oklahoma City Thunder with the orange and the blue. I like that shout out, so they're probably like right here. Vancouver, they're okay. I kind of like how unique they are, like with that, like the specific colors they have, but not one of my favorites. Boston, never been a huge fan of the Boston skins. I don't like the yellow. I do have a Boston Kellic skin though. Or not Boston Kellic skin, Boston Lucio skin. I did get it for Kellics because I love Kellics. Then Valiant, most uncreative thing ever. Hate you. You go right here. I love the Valiant. They're my favorite team, but I cannot do that. Thor, are you kidding me? Another 333, dude? What the hell? Thank you so much. Thor, you're crazy, dude. I don't know why you give me all your money. Or, not all your money. I don't know why you give me your money. Or so much of it. Like, thank you, though, dude. Thank you. Thank you, Thor. But yeah, this is my general overview on how I think of skins. Valiant is disappointing. Because there's already so many blue teams. Why did you need to be blue? I understand why they did it. They're like, we want to show off the California blue skies, blah, blah, blah. It makes plenty of sense. And don't get me wrong, like the color blue they chose looks kind of clean, but they're basically a LA Chargers Boston Uprising ripoff, as Braden Frost just said. I agree 1000%. I spit out my drink thinking these were power rankings. Thank God it's just skins. Oh no, this can you imagine if this was power rankings? Oh my God, out of context. I mean, hey, the Valiant are still 20th. I mean, that's pretty realistic, right? Can you imagine if I had the Shock ranked 10th in my power rankings? People would punch me in the face, like virtually, for doing something like that. You have the exact same top 4, dude? Pog. Blue and white would look nice, yes. I might move London up, to be honest, though. I'm having second thoughts. I'm moving London here. I'm removing Fusion here. Boom. Updated. Look at that. Toronto #1 in the power rankings on Mega Lol. Can you imagine? I love Toronto's team so much. I think some of their players are really cool. I think they could be a decent team, but #1, that's just, oof. Valiant and Boston seem legit. Hunters would be in my top 4, TBH. It's a matter of, like, preference of colors. I just don't think they look that good. Never been a big fan. Imagine if Titans were 13th through 16th. Yeah, imagine. Black and silver alone would be even cooler. But then again, it kind of would like remind you of Soul. I felt having a third color kind of separates them from Soul, which is like, that's why I'm glad they did it. Post this on Reddit as a power ranking. I mean, if I want to get slaughtered by the Redditors, then sure. I like Titans a lot more than the London skins. Again, matter of preference. But that's basically it. It's 6 o'clock now. We've been going for like nearly 3 hours. Post it and get roasted. So I think I'm going to call it, guys. I'm getting pretty tired. My voice is starting to wear out. So yeah. I did my tier list. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I thank you all so much for coming out. I did not expect like 300 people to come out and watch today. That's insane. I love you guys so much. It means the world to me that you watch my content all the time. Like, I feel so blessed to have you guys. I know I say it a lot around here. I thank you guys like at the end of every video, but thank you. Thank you so much for everything. I'm nothing without you guys. Like, the fact that I'm here, that I have over 12K subs, it feels like a dream to me. It doesn't even feel like real life. This has like been a dream of mine forever now. So thank you. Like, I can't express my gratitude enough through words. So thank you. Thank you all. And yeah, until next time, this is ATP signing out. Peace.